Good morning. And how are you this lovely morning? I hope everybody is having a spectacular day. I feel like I'm having a particularly good hair day. I would like to go find something to do, but, well, when you're in a pandemic, what the hell? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a good morning so far. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Tammy. I'm seeing everything in doubles. Everything is in doubles. Like Renee said good morning twice. Dennis said good morning twice. This should be fun. I absolutely know I cannot do a giveaway like this. So good morning, everybody. Trying to wake up. Yeah, I had dreams and dreams and dreams last night. And I got up and I thought, my goodness, it looks like it's almost morning. Well, it wasn't. The full moon was so bright last night that it was coming in so strong in my bathroom window. I was like, what? It was really bright last night. I know that's a technical term. What? Okay. So I'm sharing out a little bit because I haven't done that lately. I have some groups that I really like that I've kind of neglected sharing to. So I'm trying to find them because they're so down far into my stuff now. Isn't that crazy? There we go. So what are we going to talk about today? Who knows? Whatever sparks our interest, right? Yeah. It was just so beautiful. It was so beautiful this morning that I actually stood in the bathroom for a while and I was just watching it. Just watching it. Who else put their crystals out last night? I know I look like I'm just totally distracted. I am. I'm looking for something particular and I'm not finding it. And that stinks. Okay, I'll just type it in. Well, that didn't do it either. That didn't do it either. Okay. All right. I give. So I want to start with my morning with I don't know who did it. That's my teacher look. I don't know who did it. But whoever sent me the candle, spot on. Thank you so much. I know, but it's okay. You can put your crystals out tonight. The scent is, by the way, wild orchid sandalwood, and it is amazing. And I'm terrified to light it just because I appreciate the gift. Thank you so much. I don't know who sent it. Nobody put their name on it. Thank you for teaching. So this is I don't know who did it, but thank you. Okay. All right. So let's move forward. Okay. So I was sitting here going, I'm not quite sure what we're talking about this morning. It is a beautiful candle. I don't know who sent it, but thank you. It is a quiet morning here. Regardless of the TikTok video you've seen me, I recorded that in 2 minutes. It goes for 58 seconds. I actually love it. I think it's hysterical. I love that. I can get so much done in such a little amount of time. But really, it is kind of quiet here. The dogs are just crashed on the floor, and I'm drinking my coffee, and my guides are talking about silence. How often do you guys find silence? How How often? Grand Rising. Um, oh, I'll burn it. I will burn it. Yeah. Um, so I invite you today to take, I want to see the TikTok. It's on My Mystical Life. It's on our Facebook page, My Mystical Life, and I put it on Late Bloomers as well. Oh my gosh. Um, but I would invite you to take a moment today, and I don't care if you close the bathroom door, hide in your bedroom, put on some earbuds with some sound canceling, something. But it is a wonderful day to take a couple minutes and find some quiet. And it doesn't sound like it's important, right? It doesn't sound like it could be incredibly important, but it sets a tone for your month, is what my guides are like. Let's set a tone for peace for February, for the upcoming month, for the upcoming new moon cycle, the moon cycle. Set a feeling of calm. And I'm not saying sit there and silence your mind, because some of us have a hard time with that. Do you think my mind ever is quiet? It isn't. I am the busiest in the brain. And it drives my husband nuts a little bit. You can't find it. I have the link right here. I just happen to have the link because I was pasting it. There's the link. Good luck. Uh, so, but they're talking about, my guides are talking about, at least find some silence in your room. Turn the TVs off, turn the radios off, and just find some quiet. Doesn't mean quiet your brain. Let your brain do its own thing. Okay? Let your brain do its own thing. But find some peace in your environment and bring that in, and your brain slows down. Okay? It's important for us to take every once in a while to sit back and take some stock about what we have going on in our life, especially within our environment. If you're a late blooming intuitive and you're trying to be more open, or if you are somebody that has realized you have gifts, because everybody does, right? Everybody's psychic. Finding that peace is going to help you open up more. So I know this isn't my high vibe, blaring out the door, let's just do it morning. But, you know, sometimes we have to slow down and we have to find the quiet. We have to find the silence. And when we can do that, I'll tell you. Oh, that's a really good idea, Diana. If you have a piece of selenite, you can set it out into the moon. It'll charge it, and it will cleanse the other crystals. Make sure it doesn't get wet. You no have no more selenite. Actually, it does. It takes a little bit for it to dissolve. Actually, Sam will wash his selenite every once in a while when we find a piece that's gotten dusty. But there we go. So everybody, everything I'm seeing today is in doubles. My feed looks like it's all jacked up, but I am seeing Diana Bradley needs coffee 4 times is what I'm seeing on my feed. I'm seeing hellos like 5 and 6 times. It's just really, it's just really a lot this morning. Y'all got a little muchness going on over here. So we're going to pull a card. Let's pull a card and move forward. Today we're using the Earth Magic cards. The Earth Magic cards. I will show them to you. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. 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 Okay. Do, 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 do. Oh, right there. Thank you. Got jumpers. I got jumpers. There's actually 3 of them. I have jumpers. That's the proper English, by the way. I have jumpers. I don't got jumpers. I have jumpers. Little English 101. This is the cards we're using today by Stephen Farmer. by Stephen Farmer. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mystical Gypsy. Good morning. Let's see. So tomorrow within the membership, actually, since Mr. Fry is not home, to do our healing session, I will be doing the healing session live on my mystical. I'll be doing it live on My Mystical Life tomorrow evening, Friday evening. Happy Wolf Moon, at 7 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. I will be doing the healing session here live on Facebook. Because he is not back for a couple weeks, I will also be doing next week's Tiger's Eye Crystal class on Monday evening. Nope, it'll be Sunday evening because we had a glitch in the matrix. And it'll be Sunday evening. I'll get that new schedule out to everybody so you guys can see the schedule on My Mystical Life. Guys, if you haven't seen our schedule on My Mystical Life on our membership, you need to go check it out because we have so many new classes. Next month, February, is going to be on extraterrestrials, right? So we're going to be talking about ET in the next classes in February. So we'll be doing a couple each week. And then I think in March, we're going to go back to doing an ancient civilization as well, because I find that very relevant. You received your red tiger's eye. Yay. Did you guys see the Anubis that are up in our mystical crystals? Anubis is up. What else is up? I put a bunch of stuff up yesterday. So, I got to change something. Wolfenite is up. There's a bunch of new stuff in our mystical crystals. But if you search for Anubis, there's 3 of them. Only 3. Okay. Jill says, I tried the shamanic meditation this morning. And Jill, I got to talk about that because something happened as soon as I started reading that. Saw a sparrow and lots of other animals. I believe I saw archangels and some showed me colors, which helped me figure out whom is whom. Awesome. Now, Jill, as soon as I started to read your post, I hadn't even read the whole thing. As soon as I started to read it, like the middle of my forehead just like lit up. Third eye, my ears started buzzing and they're like, come on. They're trying to talk to you on a more dynamic level. So those angels are really reaching out, and that's why you saw them in your journey. So there we go. Okay, that's really important for you. Okay, so I have 2 cards in front of me, right? Get on the ball, Lisa. Get on the ball. Here it is. If you guys are interested in taking our weekly intuitive and continuing education, we do classes on all sorts of things, everything. And you don't get just the new classes. You get all the old classes. The whole library is available to you because I can't make it any other way. So if you're interested, you can go to My Mystical Life. I just put the link over here on the right, and it is the Late Bloomers membership. Really? And we are fun people. So give me a word, y'all. What are we? And I want it to be different than what you've told us before. What are we? While you're typing that, I'm going to be talking about cards. What are we? I know, confidence when you're an intuitive, confidence in community is so important. You think that it's our skills that are the piece that's important, right? You would think that our skills are important. They are important, but everybody has them. The only difference is the confidence, the community, and the connection. Confidence, community, connection. You have the connection. Now you need to have the awareness of it and the confidence to speak about it, and then the community to talk about it in, right? Right? That's why we are a membership. That's why we have a private group of people that is very safe to be able to say, hey, I need to do some practice. Can we do a Zoom room? Creativity is a great one as well. You have to have that creativity for that imagination. So it is important. It is important to have those things, to be able to grow. Eclectic. I love that. That's one of my things. I'm an eclectic intuitive. I'm eclectic because there's just so much, right? I can't put a label on myself. So let's talk about our first card. I have no idea what they are. Submerge. There's so much, right? There is so much more to us than what we see. And even ourselves, you guys, not like so much more than to somebody else than what you see, because what do? We always look at somebody else, right? We look at somebody else. So many, it's so funny over here because what you comment one time and it comes up like 3 or 5 times. It just depends on how it feels over here, I guess. I don't know. The feed's weird today. So there's so much more than what is at the surface of not just other people, but to yourself as well. Who feels like you guys have deep waters? Who feels like you are so much more than what other people see? Live to that. Live to that. Speak to that. Be that. You don't have to be a surface for everybody else. We can do that. Oh, the dreams I had last night were weird, really weird. I don't even want to revisit them. They're bad. They're not bad, but they're just ugh. Okay, and this is kind of what I'm talking about today. So time to turn inward and find out who you are, right? Find that quiet. It doesn't show that you shared. Sometimes it doesn't. Good morning, Lori Spears. I know you're enjoying your new flute. So take the time to go inward, you guys, and figure out how you want to share yourself with the world. That's where that silence comes in. Break away from all of the confusion of everything that is floating around, the electronics, the sound, the everything. Just sitting here, I think I'm driving the dogs nuts because there's no television on until late in the evening, and I'm work. And they're like, we miss Dad. We miss Dad. Where's Dad? So, but the house is my sanctuary. When I can find that quiet, I'm happiest because it gives me time to think about the things I need to work on. And this is a really cool trio of cards. Oh, I know. Cloris Leachman passing. Isn't that the saddest thing? A lot of people don't even know who Cloris Leachman was. But what was it? Son of Frankenstein, or was it Son of Frankenstein? How is it? Young Frankenstein. She was the housekeeper in Young Frankenstein. Fabulous actress. Wonderful actress. Of course, that's not all she did, but she was very. And her guides say enigmatic person. That's a word I don't know. What? Don't use big words with me. I don't know. Yeah, Young Frankenstein. She was on The Facts of Life. That's right. Who grew up watching The Facts of Life? Yeah, she was 94 years old. Bless her heart, man. Bless her heart. And not in a bad way. Bless her heart. She was very funny. Mary Tyler Moore. Flau Blücher. Yes. She was in showbiz for 81 years. 81 years. What a full life, right? What a full life. Yeah, that was such a sad passing. And, you didn't see hardly anything about it, right? Just a couple people posted. Now that we have realized that we have deeper waters, right? We have deeper waters, and we take a minute to step back. She was in Beer Fest. She was in Beer Fest. Not that I watched Beer Fest. That is such mindless television, right? But I love that group of actors. I love them. They're fantastic. She was Grandma in Beer Fest. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now that we have realized we have much deeper waters, and we realize that we need to sometimes turn inward and find some peace, not necessarily silence in the brain, but some peace in our environment to move forward, then we become something new. We shift and we become more fluid. We become more changeable. We become more accepting of change because Das Boot, we have a Das Boot. Why? Got it for Christmas? I don't know. But we are able to change and shift and move into our new reality. Uh, so it's important to take those moments, right? It's important to take those moments and move forward with, you have one too, to move forward. Wow, she was in so much more than I realized. I didn't think about all the things she's in. Have a good day, Lori. The clouds and shapeshifting, it is amazing. We are becoming, believe it or not, we are always becoming, right? We are always becoming. We are becoming more than what we were yesterday, or we were becoming more than we were 5 minutes ago. But what we're becoming is what's the important aspect. Are we becoming more anxious because of 5 minutes ago, or are we becoming more peaceful because we're living now? Are we becoming anxious because of 5 minutes from now? Rhonda. Yeah, Rhonda. Remember Rhonda, you guys? A lot of people on here are going, what? What are you talking about? Rhonda, the Mary Tyler Moore Show, all those great shows. So what are you becoming? What are you becoming? That's a good question. I can't answer. I love that though. More peaceful. I'm looking for a teacher, right? Right now I'm looking for my next thing. And here's the funny thing. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is. I'm watching Rhonda. Yeah, Rhonda. It was a break off of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I'm waiting for the one thing to go, ooh, that's intriguing. I'm waiting for my guides to drop it in front of me. It was Rhoda. It was Rhoda. That's right. So many years ago. A better me. I love that. I think I know what I'm going to be doing, but yeah, I think I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm looking for a teacher. Oh, spell check. Spell check. Damn spell check. Okay. So I don't get addicted to this kind of thing, Angel. I'm doing it because I was told I should. And I'm doing it. I after I'm done here, you guys, in the day, I'm done. I have other things to do on the computer that I can't. It's too much noise for me, actually. Angel's like, you're going to get addicted to TikTok. And I know this sounds really weird, but the sound on TikTok really irritate Valerie Harper, right? Really irritate my ears. That's why I don't listen to a lot of TV. Frequencies really, really irritate my ears, and it seems to be getting worse. It seems to be not worse. We're not going to call it worse. It's more sensitive in the last 2 months, where frequencies, like I hear everything, which is why I like a lot of things off in the house. Like I can hear my computer buzzing, and it bugs me to death. So, very, very pitch sensitive. Yeah, right, Michelle. It's a clairaudient thing, and it's our guides trying to push off more information. And I'm only doing TikTok because I was suggested to meet Elvis. I can listen to Elvis all day long. I love Elvis. We're gonna channel Elvis eventually. We're gonna get Prince in there soon. I need to do it. Let's do it. Like fluorescent lights. Oh my gosh. Fluorescent lights, you guys. The buzz, drive me out of my mind. Yeah. That's why the car's radio is never on. I just can't. Yeah, people around us don't hear them, right? You're like, do you hear that? And they're like, what are you talking about? Now, but Sam's really bothered with people chewing, and that doesn't bother me. Although the last couple of weeks it's been a little thing. But so let's do Prince. Let's sneak a Prince in. How about that? You physically react to fluorescent lights. Your ears hum. Yeah, my ears don't hum, thank God. God. But I do hear everything. Let's sneak a Prince in. Let's do it. A little bit. We're going to sneak a little bit because I want to talk about his thought processes on humanity and how you would think that they would be so much different than chewing. Sam is bothered by chewing big time. Our kids are too. Um, and I'm just going to give you the words. Look at Isis. I knew Isis was on here. I knew she was going to comment. Um, I want to give you the feeling that he gives me about humanity. No, I'm not going to trance on this. Thank you, Tammy. I'm not going to trance on this. I only need a moderator when I'm trance channeling to be able to uh, move information from questions to answers. So I'm just going to give you his information that he's talking about. I want to talk about him being able to see the beauty in humanity. He really expresses, and he shows it's really interesting how he shows this. He's showing as he's walking, he gives me the sound of feet walking, and he's like, I was firm on this planet and I understood how beautiful people were. And I understood the capacity that people had for love, but he also understood the capacity people had for hate. And he felt like this was part of his journey in this lifetime was to, matter of fact, I know it was part of his journey in this lifetime was to bring people together. And I also want to say, I know that. Okay. I do want to say that I know that he has had a past life here on this planet before. I also want to say that he has had an extraterrestrial ancestry. He has a lot of extraterrestrial ancestry as well. And he wants to talk about that first. He wants to talk about coming back to, that's interesting, coming back to human existence. I think that he's ping-ponged back and forth a little bit, which I find very interesting. He talks about doing a human existence and taking his knowledge and then doing a Syrian existence again. That's really interesting because normally it's always been my thought process. Maybe it's information I hadn't been given before. We're talking about Prince, you guys. Let me see if I have I don't. So we're going to put this up here. So people know what we're doing. It's always been in my thought process that once you came to the human college, you didn't ping pong back between existences like extraterrestrial, but I'm obviously wrong because he talks about taking the beauty of a human lifetime and sharing it in a Syrian lifetime. So he would go between, and I'm going to say that's because okay, thank you. I'm going to say that's because he is he calls himself a grand master of something. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about, but he's talking about being able to move from one place to the other. And it's one of his things. It's because he's an earth angel. It's somebody that is a soul that has ascended high enough that they can make choices about where they want to go. Do I want to go back and do an earth existence right now? Maybe, maybe not. Do they need me? Do I feel like I can help people? That is very relevant, but he also can decide to go do any place else as well. So I need you to know that he does have that capacity to pop into humanity when he feels humanity needs light, when he feels humanity needs light and guidance. I would like you to look at his lifetime. He had such incredible experiences in his lifetime, his losses and his gains, and his heart. Did you hardly ever see Prince have issues? Even like the People magazine couldn't bring up dirt on him, right? He held himself to a standard in this lifetime and held himself as an example for what other people could look up to. And how many people in this lifetime that go in to be these big Hollywood people that, by the way, are super quiet nowadays, right? How often can you hold yourself to their standard? Because he held himself to a standard. Other people, they get a name for themselves and they go off the chain, right? Drugs, alcohol, parties, affairs, all sorts of stuff, even the ones you think are great. They do stupid shit. And here's Prince. He loved people. He loved not just people, he loved humanity, which is the energy that he comes across with this. So he does talk about Syrian, he talks about Lyrian and Arcturian lifetimes. I feel like the Arcturian lifetimes predated his human existences. And Pleiadian, multiple Pleiadian lifetimes. It's so funny because he goes, you don't get those moves. You don't get those moves on Syrian, being Syrian. You get those moves being Pleiadian. Those his dance moves were part of a memory, were part of not something they had done in another existence, but the sensuality and the love of movement and that gracefulness was very much something that he carries with him from lifetime to lifetime, because he's moved by music, you guys. Moved by music. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Okay. I got an itch. He says. Got to get the itch. Okay. So the other thing I want to talk about is past lifetimes. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions. I will answer them to the best of what I can connect the dots on this, okay? Sensual. He was a very sensual individual, wasn't he? Very, very sensual. Hey, let's not do that on the screen. Let's not do that on live. Let's not. Thank you. It's not kosher, dude. Okay? I know. Have a seat. Sit. Not here. No, don't get me dirty. Come on. I love you. Don't drink my coffee either. Okay. Good morning, Nancy. Will he be coming back? Yes, he will be coming back. He talks about being a morning star. I don't understand. Another star lifetime. Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much. I'm like, morning star. What are we doing? A morning star? Yes, he'll come back into another changing life. He only comes back to lifetimes that he can create dynamic change. And he likes to do it through music. He likes to create dynamic change through music. And it's really, I know he's dog love. Isn't it cute? The other one's is my carpet ruffled? No, okay, that's a dog toy. So I want to talk about, yes, he will be back. He will be back. But not for a while. I feel like he experienced a lot of human activity that created the need for quite a bit of healing in this lifetime, but he signed up for it. He knew what he was going in for. Not that he needs that kind of experience, but it does keep him what he calls even keeled. It keeps him on an even keel. When he does decide to come back, he comes and picks dynamic things to come in for. But he says, think about the joy. Just think of that color that represented his whole life. Think about the color that represented his whole life, that beautiful purple color. He's like, how can you get anything more beautiful than that color? It's just the whole tone that his life rolled to. I want to talk about past lives for him. He shows himself playing the piano and classical music. And as I'm talking about this, my third eye is like lit up. I can hear it. And he's given examples. He's going Chopin and Bach. And but he talks about Beethoven. And he really talks about Beethoven. So he talks about writing pieces of music that are still played today with heart, because this is the image that he gives me, and it's people just playing the piano like this and putting their whole soul into, and I can feel it in my stomach. If you play an instrument and you play it with heart, not because your parents bought you an instrument and made you go play, if you play your instrument with heart and you feel that music, and he's talking about those fingers on the keyboard, and it's just the rhythm and the off of the, it's just the running, and you can, oh yes, Beeford back there. You can feel it in your stomach and your soul and your heart. And that's what he talks about. He says, this is the type of music that moves the world. And his music in that lifetime will be played for the human existence. It'll be played the whole span of human existence. And so will this present life, this past lifetime that he just did. It'll be played over and over and over. He'll always have fans, not because he was the world's best musician. Okay. Granted, amazing, right? And he says, I was good, but I'm not the best. His goal wasn't here to be the best. His goal was here to move people. His goal was here to be moving people. Let me go see if I have questions. Hold on. Right? Purple Rain. Just amazing. You look wonderful. It's the lipstick. Thank you. He was definitely an inspiration in his music. I'm scrolling through. You guys are welcome to ask questions. I will answer them if I possibly can, if he gives me the answers that I can put together. Yeah. Yep. He had some really, really, he says I have some good composures under his belt. Yes, his Super Bowl performance in the rain was fantastic. How many other people would have said, it's raining, I'm not going on the stage? Yet he went out there and stood in the electric cords on stage and said, screw it. This is my venue. This is my moment. This is my chance to reach how many people. And did he put that heart, that gut, that soul into it? That is how he lived his life. There's also a depression aspect to him as well. I'm reading questions. You never like purple, you learn to appreciate it. Red, I like red too. I'm reading, you guys. He liked to push boundaries. Yes, he did, especially in with music. He wrote a lot of music. I don't know if this is valid. I don't know if this is true. I'm sure somebody else on here probably knows the answer to this. He says he wrote a lot of music that other people sang that made huge hits, that he really liked to put things down on paper. He liked to write the music. He liked, and then he goes and then he shows me again he shows me playing the piano in past lifetimes where he wrote his own music, and it was fast and fluid and dynamic and beautiful, and it made people stop and listen. Made people stop and listen. Yes, he had a beautiful countenance about him. He talks about smiling. He talks about smiling. And it's so funny. He's like, yes, smiling is such a big deal, right? Smiling is such a big deal. It changes. He says, you can stand on stage and scowl at people and everybody's going to scowl back. But when you smile from the stage to everybody else smiles back. That's how broad it is. It was perfect for him to perform in the rain, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Isis says, no question, but loved his spirit so much, his determination to perform, even though he was physically in pain. Yes, he was physically in pain. I know he talks about, I'm just going to give you where I feel like he was in pain. I don't know. I know I get this sinus issue. And I think after a while, his ears rang. Was he in some sort of accident that he had a bad leg, or maybe sciatica? He wrote for other big artists. I knew Isis would know the answer to this. I just feel like he took so much pride in the fact that other people sang songs that he wrote, and he loved it. He loved it. What did he die from? Was it drugs? When I first started on this, I get this feeling over here in this left side of the brain, my brain hurts. I know that sounds weird, guys, but my brain hurts. I'm wondering if there was some underlying condition. that nobody, that, was not made a public thing. I do want to talk about a period of depression in his life. And he says it went so much against his character to be this depressed. It was almost, he was so physically ill. He was so physically ill because he was so depressed, and it just went so much against his nature. And that he locked himself away. He says for 3. He locked himself away for 3. I don't know if it's 3 days, 3 years, 3 months. I have no idea. He locked himself away for 3. And he couldn't get himself together. Oh my gosh, did you write Sinead O'Connell, Nothing Compares to You? How beautiful. Then he talks about, he was sitting up one morning and he saw, this is so beautiful, you guys, this is so beautiful, that he was sitting up one morning in bed and he saw the sunrise. And that he could stay in that pattern, or he could move forward. He had to make choices. And he got up and he wrote a song. I don't know what song he wrote, but he says he got up that morning and his hand went straight to the paper and he started writing, because that he had to find himself again. He had to find himself, and that's where he finds himself, is within writing on the paper. It was it's not really channeling so much for him as it was a remembrance of beauty, kind of within that he already resides in his soul. But that's how he got himself out of a slump. Was he sat up and he went, I'm done. That's beautiful. There's so much to experience. I need to move forward, and let's do it right now. And he sat down and he wrote a song. I don't know what song it is. If anybody else knows what I might be talking about, please share, because I have no idea. If he went through depression, I don't know. I didn't do any backstory on him at all. What did he think of the Tom Jones cover of his song? It's funny. He kind of goes like this. I don't know if this is a habit of his where he would just like laugh behind his head. I have no idea, but that's kind of what I get. And not that he thought it was bad. He just was like, it's humbling. It's very humbling. I think he was very shy as well. So he was very, very private and very shy. How did he write or create? Did his ideas or melody come to him at once, or did they grow over time? They were available to him at all time. I believe he actually was working from his Akasha calls when he was doing writing. So I think that he had an innate ability to be able to do this. It was part of, call it his intuitive gift. Call it his intuitive gift, to be able to know what melodies and what words went together perfectly to create joy. Please ask him to say hello to Bowie, Tom Petty, and Chris Cornell. Man, they must be having a party up there, right? Bowie? Yeah, let's, oh man. Right? From wearing the heels for so many years, he had excruciating pain. Is that what it was? Oh, there's a Monty Python. When you see my brain hurts. Like it feels like an aneurysm. It really does. When I'm doing channeling sessions or mediumship, it feels kind of like it makes your brain hurt when you do experience an aneurysm. Good morning, everybody. He had is that what it is? Okay. It was 3 years. Diana knows it was 3 years. Okay. You thought he was killed and it was made to look like a suicide. I really feel like my brain hurts. Now, does it mean that somebody gave him something that caused that type of thing? I don't know. But what is the 3 years? What is the 3 years, you guys? Everybody seems to know it's 3 years but me. What's the 3 years? I got to make sure my son's up for school. Yes, he didn't. You have a wonderful morning. Hi. Bye-bye now. Go away. Not you, the dog. Okay, which song would he tell us to go to listen today for a message? That is not something. He wants to go to the Beatles. I have no idea, but I'm going to tell you the song he gives me, you guys. Don't ask me. Don't shoot the messenger. He's giving me Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog. I have no idea why. If anybody knows why, please let me know, because I'm going, that's not like what I would consider the most spiritually uplifting. It's just a fun song. And maybe it's because of the joy. Hi, I love you too. Why do you have to be right here, man? You're making this very difficult. Go. I love you. Go. I love you too. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. No kiss. Okay. He was an epileptic and told his mom as a child that an angel told him he wouldn't be sick anymore. Really? Really? Everyone always assumes drugs, but they don't know what they're going through privately on a health level, right? Exactly. He was in hiding for 3 years. Was he really? No, it wasn't Let It Be. I don't even know if they wrote Jeremiah as a bullfrog. I don't know. I don't think they did. I don't know. But he kept. He wants to go. He wants to go to the Beatles. He wants to go to the Beatles. I see. He shows me the Beatles. He shows me them walking across the street in that that 70s type of thing. But then I hear Jeremiah as a bullfrog, so I don't know. Is that a Beatles song? I have no idea. Okay. Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, right? Joy to the World. That's what it's called. Joy to the World. Okay. Okay, you guys. I'm going to get on later this evening. So, Abbey Road. Yeah, it was Abbey Road. It was Abbey Road. I'm going to get on this evening. And I can't do the giveaway this morning because I have got to tell you that my feed is jacked up. When you comment one time, I'm seeing it between 2 and 5 times that it pops through. Me trying to do a giveaway with this kind of glitch is going to be hell on earth. Wow, amazing. Can you imagine having those melodies in your soul and heart and being able to share those sounds and visions? People assume you are when you are different. It is... What about Black Oak, Arkansas? He was very dynamic. I believe, and I don't know, but he's showing me sitting down to a classical composition. He could have written classical music in this lifetime so easy, and I would be surprised if there are not pieces of music that he has written classically from this lifetime, because he really felt that classical rhythm. He felt that classical rhythm in his soul, and he twisted it up into what people could digest in the time and made it absolutely, absolutely gorgeous, right? He was my 80s, him and Duran Duran, right? And do you guys remember Erotic City? He talks and he wants to talk. Adiago for strings. He wants to talk really quickly about that song because I was like, I wasn't allowed to watch it. I wasn't allowed to listen. I wasn't allowed to watch the video. I wasn't allowed to listen to the song. I wasn't allowed to have the album. But he talks about pushing the envelope, and that, yes, he understands that song for that time period was not kosher, but he also understood what was coming for in the music industry, and that he was really, really ahead of his moment there. And while it never really did break the charts, and you still don't hear that one a lot, but he's like, it was almost like an icebreaker because there was so much horrible music coming that, and I mean by horrible, like graphically nasty music, that it was a gateway. You dance that song a lot in clubs. I know, Erotic City. I love the song. Um, but yeah, Little Nicky is one of your favorites. I love Little Nicky as well. Any of his music has always been something that he knew how to write the notes that would influence the masses, right? You could dance to it. You could sit down and just listen to it. You could hear the lyrics, and the lyrics meant something. And that's what was important to him. I'll be on this evening at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. We will do tonight's giveaway at 7 p.m. And tonight's giveaway is going to be a little bit larger than what we normally do. But since I can't do it here today, that's why right now we're going to do it later this evening. 7 p.m. I will put a thing out that we will be out. Diamonds and Pearls, another favorite. I don't remember that one. I'm sure if I heard it, I would. But that is we're going to wrap that up. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to say. So I'm just going to give you the impression of what he's giving me because I'm trying to figure out the exact message. And he's talking about just plant your feet on the ground, put your hand to the paper, and make things happen. You make the change. You make the change. Nobody else is going to make it for you, but it's within you to create change in your own lifetime. And he says, just put your, and I don't know why it's so important. He's talking about putting your feet on the ground, stand up straight, even if you can't, even if you have a hard time with that, even if you're in pain, even if you're depressed, stand up straight and things change. And that's your first step of change. And then do something to create more. And he says, I wrote and did what I loved. Do what you love and create change within your environment. So, all right, guys. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you guys later on. Hopefully I'll see you this evening. And I don't think I have anything scheduled on the books tonight. I don't. So I will see you then, and have a blessed day. Find light, find love, find joy. And may the light be with you always. I will do it for Mr. Fry. It's grounding and line for flow. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And I'm going to go because the dog's coming again. Look at him. He's just trudging over here. Trudging. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.